What is up, traders? Stan Gluzman here with 7 Points Capital, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. So let's take a look at SPY today. We have a very interesting day. I think we have a pretty important day here because we have a resistance level right here that we broke out of. We got an uptrend, we got a wedge, and we broke out of resistance. The volume here is pretty low. I think it's under 50 million shares. It's pretty low volume, so it's not as significant volume, but still we do have a pretty clean breakout. So we'll see if tomorrow we're going to continue, or maybe we come back into the range. Hopefully not. Hopefully we're going to retest the level and then continue on. I think what helped SPY break out today was Netflix. Everybody was watching Netflix today. They reported earnings, gap down massively, and then just ripped. So very interesting day on Netflix. A lot of people killed it. If you were on the wrong side, you had to cut the losses fast. I was unfortunately on the wrong side, but I did cut the losses really fast. Right here was my first entry based off of pre-market 360. I was watching this level. I was thinking if it stalls out here, I'm gonna get as short as close as possible to 360, risking 361-ish. So actually these lines right here, this was my entry here, 358.88, and then my stop was 360.30-ish or so. So this was my 1R, and I was hoping to trim some here at this level right here. That would have been about 2.5 Rs, and then I would have, added or maybe taken the whole thing off, depending on how it reacted to this level. I had another try in it. I believe it was right here. I was thinking we got some volume profile here. We're holding this level. I was thinking we're going to come back here. I'm going to take a short, risking very small for potential downside. And it didn't work out again. It was extremely strong today. Let me just show you the executions. We got Netflix. So that was one of them. Got stopped out real fast. The second one, yeah, the first one, and then the second one also. Tight stop. I was just waiting for a good entry, and tight stop. Was wrong both times. If I had to take these trades over again, I probably would. The only difference that I would have made is I would have went long right here. We broke out, came back to retest the 360 level. Nice round number, pre-market highs, and then we broke out. Would have probably definitely went long right here, these dips. And there would be no reason to sell up until probably somewhere around here. Some of the stuff we also traded today. The best stock on the day for me was MTSL. If we're looking at a daily chart, I mean, yesterday was really crazy. I think it was a pump and dump. Somebody pumped it up, and then into the close, it dumped from what, $6, $6.45 down to 250-ish. And then today, I was just watching it today. I didn't want to get in way too early. Didn't want to chase it, didn't want to even trend follow, because I thought maybe this is going to just start spiking. Somebody can start manipulating it again, corner the stock and whatnot. But once we started ripping, I saw the small parabolic towards the VWAP, and we stalled out right here on this candle. So I took a short right here, full size right away, full size, risking above VWAP right here. This was my entry, this was my R. And then I was taking off bits and pieces, 2-3R, I took it off. MTSL right here. So pretty much top tick this candle right here, and then just took it off. I don't mind holding, but the liquidity really dried up, so I just started taking it off. I knew it was going to really dry up towards 12 o'clock and after, in the afternoon. So that was a nice trade. The next one was CLRB. So this one, I I had a really good trade. I did mess it up a little bit. I started shorting into the push, risking above this $13 level, and I quickly covered for like $1.50. And I was waiting for another opportunity to reshort. I think I actually got long CLRB. Let me pull up the executions. I went long later, but I was waiting for another reshort, and after this crack I wanted to short the bounce, and my stop was a little bit too close. I played it too safe, and I paid the price. I should have went a little bit smaller size and maybe had a stop above VWAP, but I just played it off of this level, and of course they wicked me out, and then they pulled the bids. I tried to go long here, didn't work. I saw that offers were getting heavy and then the bids were getting whacked, so I just started whacking the bids and started paying myself along the way, and I'm actually holding a chunk of my position overnight. Nothing crazy, not a big position, but I think that given the strong downtrend today, it should gap down, but we'll see. But this was actually one of the biggest trades. I went full size, risking I think like 25-30 cents, and that was like over $1 trade, I think. Next one was AVEO. This one was an SSR stock, so once we got below VWAP here, retested and failed, it really collapsed. And AVEO, let's see the executions. Yeah, so I started shorting it right here. Once we squeezed and failed, started shorting it in here, adding as it was working, had pretty decent size and covered pretty much a couple minutes before the close. The next one was AMRH. This one was a decent one, huge opportunity, but I really didn't trade it well. I started shorting it into the VWAP, took a small loss, started getting long, and started scaling out and adding right here. And that was my mistake because actually 230 or 231 bid was really holding, and I started whacking the offers. I'm thinking this is going to reserve, bounce off of VWAP, but this looked more like in hindsight, this was a head and shoulders type of setup where there's a shoulder, it rips, comes back into the base, and then turns around. But I was long here because that 31, 331, 231, 230, one of those bids was really soaking size. But I flipped to short at one point. Let me just pull up the executions. AMRH. So the morning was pretty messy. I was testing mids a lot. I was mostly long right here. I was short right here, and then I was long right here. All these red arrows, most of them were just testing mids, testing the dark pools. But I was long here and started selling and getting short and then covering into the washes. I was waiting for this pretty much all day, but I had to step out, get some lunch, and right as I came back, it was already down off of VWAP. So this was actually my perfect entry, the same entry as MTSL right here. This is what I was waiting for on AMRH. I was like, you know what, I missed the perfect entry, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scalp it. Based off of level 2 and tape, I'm just going to scalp it. So I was just shorting, just whacking bids and covering on the bids into the washes. And it would come back, it would stall out, I would get short again, take bits and pieces. Could have probably just held it, but decided to scalp it, and then scalped quite a bit more into the close. So that was decent. Overall, it was not an easy day. Very easy to lose a lot of money if you're on the wrong side. So just gotta stay smaller until the trend forms and you know that you're on the right side. Then you can add in the money. I think that's the right approach. So, for example, had I entered here, I would have been trading around core here and caught the whole move, but I was afraid that it's going to start grinding, and I didn't want to ruin the average and ruin the P&L for the day. Anyway, these are my takeaways. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can tweet at me at Chicana Trader. This is Stan Gluzman with 7 Points Capital. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.